Yo guys, welcome back to another weekly reflection. And first of all, I hope you guys had a very good week. And without further ado, let's just get right into the video. So if you guys watch, you see that I took 5 trades, and the funniest part of it is that these 5 trades were taken from Monday to like Wednesday, because I didn't take a trade on Thursday and Friday, right? Even though I still want to like filter out some setups, because I'm still kind of like building the setups, grading them: A setups, B setups, and C setups, that kind of thing. The frequency of the trade during my backtesting is very, very more of now like a day trader kind of thing, and that's one of the reasons I said I was going to change, is because you cannot have a combination of low frequency plus low win rate. It's just not going to get you anywhere, right? So the first trade I took on, that was on where is it? Okay, that was June 30. I think that was Monday. So I think that was Monday, right? So let's just get right into it. So this was my entry. Yeah, this was my entry right here, as you guys can see. This first trade was my entry. Just ignore this one. This one was just like, it wasn't into my session at all. So like, um, so this was my entry right here. We're gonna go to trading view to replay that right there. So that was on from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay, so let me just go back to trading view and check that right away, which was on Monday, right? Okay, let me just delete this guy. So I think it's gonna be somewhere here. uh so guys, I don't know if you guys can see this very well. Maybe I should just like increase this a little bit. Okay, so I think you guys can see the chart very well now. So this was the first trade I took, and the first part of it is that, so now this first trade I exited with $5, kind of like break even. Now, one of the reasons I took the trade, of course, were in an uptrend, because I kind of have a rule right now whereby, okay, regardless of what I'm seeing, if I'm going to be taking a buy, structure of the 30 minutes has to be in alignment with the position I want to take, right? So if I'm taking a buy like this, structure has to be bullish. And one of the reasons why I exited was that the structure changed, right? And I exited with just $5 loss. And mind you guys, I'm already risking 0.5%, because we were left with 2% at the start of this week. So since I was changing strategy, I was like, okay, just chill. And the why I also like kind of brought it down, I was also like, okay, this one also has more higher win rates, more frequency, um, more higher win rates. Not of course not too much, because it's a high RR strategy, kind of like in 45, dangling in 45 to kind of 50% win rates, right? And but I still don't want to make a conclusion. Still don't want to make a conclusion yet, because I'm not even up to like 1 year. I'm just like maybe 8 months of back testing right now. So now the finance, the also one of the reasons, this trade also, there was a rule I did not follow, right? Because there was an obstructant somewhere here. Price reacted to that obstructant, but I was just like, it's gonna break or something like that. So the obstructant are just zones that I'm looking out for, that price might not actually break, right? Because when I saw this momentum and I saw the break of this double bottom right here, so the way I trade now is just kind of based on fair value gaps. That's like the core, right? So I went from COT being the core to having fair value gap as being the core of the strategy, basically. So as guys can see, price has changed structure from here, and price also reacted to a daily FEG. Yep, a daily FEG right there. And so when price retested back here, to have a validated FEG, I have to like wait for, okay, I don't want to see the body of this candle to close right here. So at the week, then I started looking for entries right there, right? I should have taken a kind of like an aggressive entry on the second candle on the 5 minute time frame, because we had like more of like a doji plus momentum plus an engulfing candle, right? That's like one of my entry model also. But regardless, I exited with kind of like break even, right? I exited the trade with kind of like break even ish. So now let's move on to the second trade. So the second trade, which was on so that was on Tuesday. So this is July 30th, is Tuesday, July 1st, right? So let me click on trading view right here. Okay, so this is the second trade right here, and I took the trade around 6 a.m. ish. uh okay, let me go back to trading view and replay the trade right there. Trading view. Okay, so the trade was somewhere. So this was the second trade I took right here, right? This was also due to a fair value gap right here. So a fair value gap kind of got reacted right here, and this was the pattern I kind of traded. So price came back to the FEG, reacted to the FEG, and I used this consolidation as my entry. So it's one of my entry patterns also. So this was just what happened right here. And this was my entry at the break of this consolidation. I just entered. My stop loss was also meant to be here even. When it comes to like the module, the entry setup, right? My entry was meant to be here, but just to be on the safer side, uh, just to be on the safer side, I just marked out this mini trend line right here, and I just put my stop loss just below this low, right? Just to be on the safer side, right? And now the funnest part of this trade is that coming into this week, I think my mindset was kind of like, okay, I want to come, even though it's one show two, let me just take what belongs to Caesar, right? Let me just try to build my account back up, right? And that's why I did not hold, right? Because I should have held to one show three because I already set my TP to one show three, like I do. I have like so one show three right here. Now, yeah, so there was also an obstruct that I was looking out for here, right? But let's say I want to take a trade and my obstructant is still like one show more than one show 1.5. I wrote it in my road that okay, I'm allowed to take the trade because if price get there and start to react massively, what I'm just gonna do is that I'm just gonna exit the trade, right? So my take profit was here initially, but I kind of got out at 1 shoot 2.5 thereabout. I think so. 1 shoot 2.5 somewhere here, right? I just like if this trade reverses, it's really really gonna I won't like if the trade reverses something like that. So I was just on the chat and I was just like let me just exit the trade, right? And I also took another trade. Which was the second trade I took for that same day. So this first one was 6 o'clock thereabout, and the second one was so this was the second, as you can see, July 1st, and so this was the second one right here. So if you watch, if I click okay, this is the higher time frame chart. Okay, this is the higher time frame chart. Okay, the chart after. So if I click after right here, you see where I took my profit. As you guys can see, I took my profit around 102.5 right there, and I'm going to put in the screenshot of all the trades I took on my MT5 also right here, and the profit I made on each of them. So as you guys can see, the trade was very fast one, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. I should have held longer. I should have really held longer because my average, the average that price propels into profit in my backtesting is kind of like an average of 1 show 3.5 to 1 show 4. So I should have kind of had that confidence in holding the trade. But I'm gonna learn from my mistakes and not do that again next week. I'm just gonna go back to at least 1 show 3 fix or RR or 1 show 3.5 just to just kind of keep the pace going. So what I just want to do is to just kind of get to 4%, add additional 4% to the 2%, that's 6%, and then go back to risk 1%, right? So the second trade, the entry right here, as you guys can see, this was the first trade I took, and this one I took it at 10 o'clock ish a.m. and the trade also was a winner. It was a win. What was the entry again? The entry, okay, this is the 5 minute time frame. Okay, this was the entry right here. Okay, let me just bring it out. So this was the entry of the second trade, and the funny part also is that I didn't really hold to 1 show 3 on this trade. I did not hold to 1 show 3. Not even gonna lie, I didn't hold to 1 show 3 on this particular trade, right? So when price made this retest, right? So this was my entry. It was just kind of like it was the same pattern I used to trade this first one, I also used in trading the second one. The first pattern I used is price make a high, come back to the FEG, and then give me a consolidation kind of thing, and then break up the consolidation. I'm just gonna enter, right? So this is like my A grade setup. Of course, it also has like additional variants that makes it A grade, not just the pattern itself. So there was a 30-minute FEG, I think somewhere here, and then I just had a consolidation, and then at the break of the consolidation, I took the buys. So as you can see, when I took the buys, it was at 10:20 a.m. I took the buys at 10. Who's that? I took the buy at 10:20, and I kind of exited. I think about oh no, I think I exited at 1:2. Yeah, 1:2. So my take profit was here. After price made this high, I made the retest. I just set my take profit to this high. Then price came. I literally saw its price came to the TP when I came back to the chart, of course. Price came to the TP but did not trigger my take profit, right? It did not trigger my take profit. And then at the retest, I just exited at 102 somewhere there because on my it was kind of like $50. I'm gonna put in the screenshot right here also. So now moving forward, I took my so total now is already three trades. So as you guys can see, I made the first trade I made 1.14%, while the second trade I made exactly 1%, $50. And so now let's go to the third trade right here. Okay, so this was the third trade, and so this trade right here, I shouldn't have taken this trade, right? I think I was overconfident on this setup. I think I was overconfident, and I didn't really come to the chart. I didn't really prepare. I just came to the chart because I kind of trade in blocks right now. I'm not just trading in like a session. I'm trading in blocks of time, and all together it's kind of like 5.5% thereabouts. So this trade was on Wednesday, I think, at 10 o'clock a.m. I think Wednesday also. So I took two trades on Wednesday also. Okay, nice. So let me go back to my trading view right here on Tuesday. I think it should be somewhere here. Okay, so this is the trade I took. So this was the trade I took. Also the same. So now the thing about this trade is that it fits my rule, right? It fits my rule, but I'm not even going to classify it as a C trade. It's more of like a D trade, right? Because the FEG I was looking at, it got invalidated, and I wasn't even like realizing it. It got invalidated. It was after I took the trade that the FEG actually got invalidated, and I still took the trade. So that was just like the mistake I made. I shouldn't have taken this trade. But now going forward, this trade I took also on. So this is the last trade I took for the week, right? Which was still on Thursday. As guys can see at 11 15 p.m. That was when I took the trade. And when price, so there was an obstructant here, right? I'm not gonna say I broke my rule here. Okay, it's more than 1.5. So what I was just looking at was that I was already feeling sleepy when I took the trade. So when price, so I was anticipating that okay, maybe if price gets here and then I see a weak reaction, but I was like, man, I'm just gonna go and sleep, that kind of thing, and price just broke through my stop loss when I wake up. Okay, price has stopped me out, and yeah, those are the five trades I took. The first one was break even because I just closed out when I saw. Okay, let me even show you what I saw when price just changed structure. I just closed the trade out instantly. Where is it again? The first one I took for the week. So this was it right here. As you guys can see, the moment this candle closed at in breaking this body of this body of this low, that's when I just exited, and it was at $5 loss right there. So so yeah, I took five trades. So let me just show you guys right here. So as you guys can see, I took five trades. The first one was break even. The second one was a win, one shot 2.5. The second one was one shot two, and then a loss. And then this one also was is minus 0.5. I'm not gonna put in the piano everything right here also 0.5. And yeah, so yeah, the calendar view. So like I said, going forward into next week is just okay. Let me just grade my setups and not and filter out the bad ones, because now I'm gonna be seeing more trades, but I have to use my head and okay, let me just focus on the good setups that are gonna give me the result I want. Yeah. So yeah, that's just it, and that was all the trade I took for this week. So I came out with 2R, right? I came out with 2R, and if I had held those winners, I should have come out with maybe 4R, right? So yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next. I hope you guys have a good trading week ahead of you. I hope you all have good trading week, profitable weeks, and yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.